Hey guys, good morning. So what we're going to do right now is first check out the total MCAP. Right now we can see the falling wedge, right? So we have our main falling wedge that we have been trading in, and we also drew this trend line to highlight the tops of each of these daily bars, right? So something to note for a turnaround, how we had this turnaround was we always during this downtrend we kept bouncing off both ends of the wedge, right, until we came to here where we found strength without needing to go to either the 2 trillion market cap or down to the lower end of the wedge. So once we found support in the middle, we busted right through the first trend line, first upper edge of the wedge. Then we are right now trying to break out of the second trend line. So right now what we want to be seeing is, for a complete break above out of this downtrend, is a closure above the upper end of the bull market support band, which is at 2.309 trillion. Once we start closing above that, we can establish a base to go up. Now what does the MACD communicate, right? So if you look at, so this is where the downtrend started, right? So around here. So ever since downtrend, this is the first time that the MACD crossed and is continuing up. So MACD definitely suggests us continuing this uptrend over time. So it's we can assume that we have nailed the bottom for this leg up at around here, and next up would be multiple closures above 2.309 and head into our line in the sand for bullish movement, which is 2.5 trillion, right? Until that happens, until we do get above 2.5 trillion, even though we have broken out of the falling wedge, still it is very likely for a test of 2 trillion. So keep that in mind. However, we are on track according to the technicals to get here. Also note, considering the RSI, we do find resistance at 50.18. so ideally we want to, like I say, we have found resistance here, here, and if we look back, we can see we found a lot of resistance during at 51.18. However, note that if what we require is to make this support, if we go back in time, we can see that it has provided a lot of support as well while continuing to go up, right? We saw that in February, we saw that in March, we saw that in January, and we saw it being support last year during December. So if we can make this support, this level support, that means we have an extremely good chance of getting above 2.5 trillion, take out 2.7, and we are on to price discovery. So that is the total MCAP summary. Now let's move on to our altcoin market cap. So right now we can see that we have just got out of the falling wedge. Okay, so if we draw another line, okay, if we draw another line, this is like the extreme end of our downtrend. So right now we are still theoretically, considering this line, still not completely safe. So what we require right now is not just getting above the bull market support band. I mean, we did that, that's great, right? But what we're looking for is our line in the sand for the altcoin MCAP is 1.347 trillion. So what we require right now is to start holding this level here as a base, right? Accumulate a bit here until we are out, and then take out 1.5 trillion. So I expect this week to be trading between 1.347 trillion and 1.5, gain a bit of strength here, and then have enough fuel to take out this resistance level, and then we are on to price discovery. MACD wise suggests we are doing that. We did have the MACD cross for one day here, but then all the way back down. So considering our entire downtrend, this is the first time we are seeing the MACD have more than having actually 4 green bars, incremental green bars. So that suggests that we do hold this on the short term, right? This also, remember, this is the daily chart. So on the short term macro scale, we will start making this support and gain enough energy to go back up. RSI wise, 51.65, 50 to 51.65 is a lot of resistance. We can see we have resistance here. We had it all through the downtrend, and we had it during June, we had it during July. All this times that we had this as resistance was during, so this was during our mini bear market. And then once we also have it as massive support when we start getting out of the downtrend, right? We held it as support here, 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 and we've been holding that support throughout during our run up legs. So that's exactly what we want to start seeing. So we want to start seeing holding support between 50 and 51.65 as support to give us enough power to hold this. So if we start holding 1.347 trillion as support, building up a base there, we would see us holding support on the RSI here and then start going up. That's what we see on the altcoin MCAP. So total MCAP also suggests that we are going up. That means the whole asset class, not just Bitcoin. Altcoin MCAP is also showing a lot of strength. However, altcoin MCAP is just under the second line, while the total MCAP is above that second line. So let's look at Bitcoin. Okay. So looking at Bitcoin right now, we have just broken past the second. We are definitely out of the first falling wedge, right? This massive falling wedge. So we are right now, okay, if we close this candle above this red line, so which is 48, okay, so let's say 48,800, right? We want to, if we can close above 48,800, 49, okay, actually if you really look at it, what we want is 49,500. If we can close above 49,500, or just like at least above the red line, then we have broken out of the downtrend. Okay, so what we would possibly see is us holding support at 48,800, around there. So trade between 48,800 to 49,500, hold that as support and get above the bull market support band. Now our line in the sand for to invalidate further downside is a reclaim of 53,000. So until we actually get above 53,000, 45,000 is still in play. Okay, it can happen, you know, we're in a very volatile market. Daily our weekly closure did suggest that, you know, we could see more further downside. So so our daily what we're saying on the daily is kind of invalidating the hypothesis of the weekly closure. So what we can say from the daily is that we are going to continue going up. Also note that ever since our downtrend, this is the first time here as well the MACD has crossed and we have incremental red bars. So it's quite possible to say that we nailed the bottom at around 45,000, and we are building a base between 48,800 to 49,500, and then we'll get enough energy to get past our line in the sand. RSI wise, right now we can see we are at 44.85. If we go to 50, we can see 50 has been resistance here. However, if you draw a line exactly where we are right now, you can see that during our leg ups, how much support this line has actually held. Okay, we held it in October 2020, we held it again on January, and we have been holding it ever since, except here, and then we held it again until our mini bear market started, and after that our crash. We held it here as well just before our next leg up in September. So what we want to be seeing is start holding this as support while accumulating a bit during our 48,500, 48,800 to 49,500. From there we take out 53,000. So this is considering this chart, right? So if we go and look at the moving averages right now, sorry. Okay, if we go and look at the moving averages, we have our 50 week and our 200 day. Okay, so we are actually now trading above both those. So that's amazing, right? We don't want to be seeing anything in even a wick that breaks either of these two levels. So while we are trading above the moving averages, we are also extremely bullish in this case. Okay, another pattern that we can see. Okay, so remember we held the 50 week moving average here during our May crash, mini bear market, right? So if we go on to the weekly, okay, we can see actually a small thing here. Can you see that we held the 50 week moving average here? Okay, we had a red bar, a green bar, both that broke the 50 week, found support a little under that. Okay, so the 50 week here was what, 32,349, and our low was 29,296. Okay, so that was 2930. That's what, like a $3,000 difference. Okay, it's if we go here, we can see that red bar that broke the 50 week, the green bar that also broke, but then we closed this week above the previous week's closing price. So we had our green bar, and the 50 week there was 47,900, and the low was 45,500. So around a $4,000 difference. Okay, so here it was 3,000, here was about 4,000. So if we can see this this kind of a trend forming here. Okay, if this does play out, then the coming weeks will be all bullish. Okay, so that's Bitcoin in a summary. So theoretically, what we're seeing now based on the daily chart, yesterday's 4-hour chart as well, the MACD and the RSI in the short term, plus this current pattern recognition that we have, suggests that the next thing to come is upwards. Okay, however, also keep in mind weekly closure, we haven't had our weekly closure yet. Okay, so previous weekly closure suggests that that we do have further downtrend. Okay, so do keep that in mind. Even though the daily is saying it, we can validate that theory with the coming week's closure. Okay, so as of now, do keep in the back of your mind that we can go down, but all the daily and the 4 hours and the technicals communicating between those time frames suggest we are going up. Okay, so that's Bitcoin. Taking a look at Ethereum as well is out. Okay, it's out of the downtrend. Okay, what we want to be seeing is multiple closures above 4,000, gain some support at 4,000, and then take out 4,000, get back into our trading region 4,200 to 4,400. Okay, I see that happening this week? It's doubtful. Above 4,200, doubtful, but it is definitely a possibility for next week if we continue the same velocity at which we are going right now. Okay, so I expect what's the most probable thing to happen is do trade between 4,000 to 4,200, build some momentum here, accumulate a bit, and then take out 4,200. MACD wise, we did see 4 days of green bars during 30th November to 3rd December. Okay, so we did have our first MACD cross to the upside, which is today. So if we can continue this past 4 days, that'll be the first time we had 5 incremental, so if we have 4 incremental green bars on the histogram, that'll be the first time that happened during our dip, our recorrection. Okay, RSI wise, what we are looking for is to get above 52.97 and hold it as support. Okay, we have seen it hold support multiple times during our uptrend. So that was 27th October, 10th October, we even held it on the 26th of August. During our downtrends, this becomes extremely high resistance. Okay, this correction, we had it as resistance. During our mini bear market, this was crazy resistance. Okay, however, also note that as we broke the downtrend and as we broke this resistance, the next leg up was massive. Okay, we went up. Okay, so over time you can see that it did hold support during all our run ups. So that's what we are looking for right now. RSI right now is at 48.20. What we want to see it get up above 50 to 52.97, hold it as support, and then we go up, right? That's Ethereum. So chart communicates this week we start building a base, and from next week we start going up into the new year. With the theory of lengthening cycles, we do expect, if we get up above 4,200, $10,000 Ethereum is back in sights. That's our goal for this cycle. So with that extending cycle theory, we do hope to go into March, which would be around when Ethereum 2.0 the updates start coming out. So that's what we are planning right now. Okay, so this leg up, or it's not going to continue all the way to March. Okay, we will have another recorrection and then hit our peak for this cycle. I can't tell you exactly when, but it will happen. We will have our run up, then a correction, depending on at that time we'll know how long that correction would last, and then we will probably have one more leg up before we enter into a multi-year bear market. Okay, that's the theory right now. Okay, but for this moment we are expecting to hold 4,000 as support, build accumulation here, and then take out 4,200 and enter our trading region between 4,200 to 4,400. So that's Ethereum on the price action charts. So if we do go and look at this chart, so this was what I was talking to you guys about, the on-chain analysis. Okay, so this is the net exchange net position change for Ethereum. As we can see, we did have people bringing in Ethereum into exchanges to be sold, which was a bit worrying, and now we are back to, okay, so the red bars, just a refresher, the red bars indicate people taking off Ethereum, so buying, accumulating, and taking off Ethereum off the exchanges. Okay, and green is getting Ethereum back into the exchanges. So right now we can see today, December 21st. Yeah, okay. So December 21st, we started again a red bar, and what we're looking for is an incremental increase of red bars. So that's more people buying Ethereum, driving the price up. So that's pretty much the summary of the market update for today, right? So yeah, because there's no point right now, everything else is also going up according to the market updates. So these are the key Bitcoin, the total MCAPs, Bitcoin and Ethereum will influence all other assets. Okay, so theoretically right now the daily technicals uh, indicate us going up, building. Actually, first what happened was having a small accumulation phase to gain a bit more strength and then take out our resistance levels after that. So that's exactly what's happening for today.